Have you ever pondered the paradox of Adolf Hitler, a man so monstrously evil, yet so mundanely human? Today we peel back the layers of myth and conjecture that shroud this infamous figure, shining a light on the lesser-known aspects of his life. We're not here to absolve or vilify, but to explore the obscure and the unexpected. The aim is not to humanize the inhuman, but to delve into the complex interplay of quirks, fears, and passions that fueled one of history's most notorious figures. Prepare to delve into the enigma of Adolf Hitler, a man whose name still sends shivers down our spines. Would you believe that the man responsible for the death of millions was a vegetarian advocating for animal rights? Yes, it's true. Adolf Hitler, the infamous dictator, was indeed a vegetarian. He often criticized others for their lack of empathy towards animals. This man, who orchestrated one of the most horrific genocides in history, paradoxically showed a compassionate side when it came to animals. He passionately advocated for animal rights, deeming any form of cruelty towards them as inhumane. A stark contrast to his own actions towards fellow humans. A paradox indeed, but let's probe deeper into the abyss. Could you envision Hitler, the dictator, as an aspiring artist rejected from art school not once but twice? It might seem implausible, but Adolf Hitler, the man synonymous with tyranny, harbored a deep passion for art. Long before his rise to power, a young Hitler aspired to become a professional artist. He was particularly fond of painting, dreaming of a life immersed in canvases and colors. Hitler applied to the Vienna Academy of Fine Arts, not once but twice, only to face rejection both times. The second rejection was particularly crushing, as he was told his abilities lay not in painting but in architecture. These rejections were a turning point in Hitler's life, sparking a bitterness and resentment that would later shape his infamous political career. Some historians even speculate that these rejections might have ignited the fire of hatred and destruction he unleashed upon the world. It's a chilling thought, isn't it? A man who could have been a creator of beautiful artworks instead became the architect of some of the most horrific acts of violence in human history. A man of art turned architect of destruction. But wait, there's more. Can you imagine Hitler, the epitome of terror, being scared of cats and dentists? A strange thought, isn't it? Yet it's true. This man, who instilled fear into the hearts of millions, was himself plagued by unusual phobias. Take, for instance, his aversion to cats, a condition known as allurophobia. Hitler would reportedly leave a room if a cat entered, avoiding them at all costs. The mere sight of a cat could send him into a state of anxiety. The irony is almost palpable. A man who had no qualms about invoking widespread terror was himself terrorized by a creature as innocuous as a cat. Then there was his fear of dental procedures. Records show that Hitler suffered from gum infections and tooth decay, but he dreaded visiting the dentist. His personal physician, Theodor Morell, had to coax him into undergoing necessary dental treatments. Just imagine, the man who didn't flinch while planning mass murder was terrified of a simple dental drill. A man of fears ruling through fear, but the most shocking revelation is yet to come. Are you ready for the final, mind-boggling fact about Hitler that will leave you in disbelief? As we delve deeper into the enigma that was Adolf Hitler, we find ourselves standing at the precipice of a revelation that will challenge everything we thought we knew. It's an unwavering testament to the complexity of human nature and the often disconcerting reality that history presents us with. Hitler, the man who orchestrated one of the darkest periods in human history, was not just a dictator, artist, or a fearful leader. He was a man of contradictions, a man who defied understanding, a man who was much more than the sum of his actions. His impact on the world was profound, his legacy an indelible scar on the face of history. The ripples of his decisions, the consequences of his actions, reverberate even today. They echo in the pages of textbooks, in the whispers of survivors, in the silent prayers of those who remember. His reign was a cataclysm that shook the world and changed the course of history. His actions opened the world's eyes to the depths of human cruelty and the heights of human courage. His life was a paradox, an enigma that continues to baffle and fascinate. His legacy is a cautionary tale, a stark reminder of the dark side of power and the perils of unchecked ambition. Yet beneath the layers of infamy, there is a fact, a revelation that will leave you questioning everything you thought you knew about this dictator. As we stand on the brink of this revelation, we are reminded again of the complexity of history and the enigmatic nature of its key players. Hitler, the man who held the world in his iron grip, was more than a dictator, more than a tyrant. He was a man of contradictions, a man whose life was marked by surprising twists and turns. Stay tuned for the final revelation, an unheard fact about Hitler coming soon in the next episode. Are you ready to confront the truth of a madman?